The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it. That's not a guess, it's guaranteed. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
Inspirational words from Tucker Carlson, who apparently freedom has gone nowhere. Freedom is nowhere in the country because he got fired for being limited, or maybe it was for saying a bunch of stuff behind folks' backs and not being real and lying to the audience and costing your former employer $787 million. He was just part of that whole operation. So definitely no kind of sympathy for his former employer. But he's now on Twitter. He's on Twitter now, I think, because this is what Elon Musk, again, that guy who owns Twitter, tweeted after Tucker said that. He says, on this platform, unlike the one-way street of broadcast, people are able to interact, critique, and refute whatever is said. And of course, anything misleading will get community notes, promoting himself a little bit more. I also want to be clear that we have not signed a deal of any kind whatsoever with Tucker. So what is Tucker talking about? How come he didn't elaborate further about how much of a liar Tucker is right off the top? Because it will be on Twitter, it'll be happening right away. Maybe he's not lying. Maybe Elon Musk is a part of this, but he just doesn't want to admit it just yet. But still, Tucker has made this plan happen, and he gave hints about this a couple weeks ago, though. I mean, he's been fired for a minute when he was on the Full Send podcast. And he was talking about mainstream media and all those that he used to work for, because he worked for all of them, by the way. But this is what he was saying, and he hinted at this.
I've spent my whole life in the media. My dad was in the media. Like, that is a big part of the revelation that's changed my life, is the media are part of the control apparatus. Like, there's no, yeah, I know, because you're younger and smarter and you're like, yeah. But what if you're me and you spent your whole life in that world, and to look around and all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow. Not only are they part of the problem, but I spent most of my life being part of the problem, defending the Iraq war. Like, I actually did that. Can you imagine if you did that? It's their only purpose.
Right.
They're not here to inform you, really. Even on the big things that really matter, like the economy and war and COVID and like things that really matter that will affect you. No, their job is not to inform you. They are working for the small group of people who actually run the world. They're their servants. They're their Praetorian Guard. And we should treat them with maximum contempt because they have earned it.
Adrian, Tucker was lamenting the fact that he once defended the Iraq war way back in the day. Not talking about how he once defended a one Donald Trump who he exclusively said he hated and feels held hostage by. And can we stop talking about this guy just a couple of years ago?
It's so interesting to me how Tucker Carlson is trying to be the everyman. And what I really actually think he's doing with this Twitter show is he's trying to advance negotiations for the end of his Fox News contract. The fact is, I believe the New York Times said he saw Lachlan Murdoch, the executive chairman at Fox, on Monday, and is trying to negotiate his exit package. Things didn't go well. And so that's why he posted that video on Tuesday saying that I'm going to go have another show, which is kind of, the exact right place to go, because on Twitter, he'll be able to hate monger, say whatever he wants, defame, embellish, lie, do it all, and do it with impunity, because we know Elon Musk is just going to prop him up and allow him to do it. So I just think everything surrounding this is messy, and it's about to get messier.
Tucker was packing up his crates or his desk, and he said, I'm not going to take this anymore. Fox News, you used to lie uncontrollably, and now you fired me to lie without me. I'm going somewhere else where I have the freedom to do such things. By the way, we all know about the text messages and then the emails and the hate that he was talking about, and actually talking behind the backs of many of his guests that assisted him in telling those lies about the 2020 election in support of Donald Trump, who apparently he didn't want to support in doing it. Who knows what Tucker Carlson really believes? But we do know what he's saying when he didn't want people to know about it. Now, aspects of this potential break with Fox News have something to do also with who's gonna break this contract. And again, I didn't know that part, Adrian, about him going and those negotiations falling apart. So he's going to the, I guess, the jury of the American people, and he thinks he has enough support there. maybe this Tucker Twitter show will work. But I don't know. Maybe it's something like a platform like Twitter. I just don't believe it at this point. Maybe it'll be transformed enough and it'll become Twitter Tucker. Maybe that's part of the negotiation contracts. We'll see. I'm actually we'll see as this goes, and the hatred that he's looking to spew gets platformed somewhere else. But this is gonna get really messy, and I'm actually looking forward to that part. Now they got more legal fights to have.